Emotional intelligence, or EQ, is a term that researchers came up with within the late 80s and early 90s as a way to explain why seemingly intelligent people often do really stupid things. Some people have a really high IQ but a low EQ. Think of the wacky professor who doesn't brush his hair and wears mismatching socks. Emotional intelligence is defined as a measurement of your ability to process emotions, both yours and others, and come to sound decisions. Unlike IQ, which can be very challenging to change, your emotional intelligence is something that can be developed and worked on like any skill. And today I'm talking about 3 easy ways you can increase your emotional intelligence. Let's get into it. Welcome to Success for Breakfast, where I'm serving up brain food made simple. Hit that subscribe button to get daily videos created to give you the tools to level up and love your life. Leave a comment and let me know that you have subscribed because I'm going to go in and make sure I reply to as many of you as I can when you do. The first way to start increasing your emotional intelligence is by simply being self-aware. As with anything that you are trying to develop, you can't start working on it until you know what it is that you need to work on. When you lack self-awareness, managing your emotions will seem like you are trying to drive a car blindfolded in the rain and all you can do is yell at the top of your lungs, "Please help me." Being self-aware means understanding yourself and your behaviors on a couple of different levels, and the first one is to know what you are doing. Seems simple enough, right? Most of us in today's world are simply running on autopilot. We have nothing but constant distractions like social media, TV, checking your email, or messaging your squad. Removing distractions from your life is the first step to being self-aware. So turn off your phone and engage with the world around you. Schedule time in your day to get away from your distractions. Set time aside to meditate or drive to work with no music and be present. Think about your life and how you're feeling. You might be surprised what happens. We use these distractions as crutches to avoid a lot of emotions that we just don't want to deal with. But getting rid of those distractions and listening to yourself and what you're feeling takes us to the next part, which is know what you're feeling. When you first start to actually pay attention to what you're feeling, it might freak you out. You may realize that your phone was there to numb you from your anxiety, or a way to put off what you were feeling. Don't be too hard on yourself either. It is important not to judge the emotions that arise in you, but it is necessary to be able to start to move forward to increase your own emotional intelligence. Whatever emotion is there, it is there for a reason. Once you can recognize what you are feeling, it is time to start to understand your own emotional baggage. Understanding that is the only way to be able to react against it. Remember, emotional intelligence is your ability to process emotions and come to sound decisions. Being self-aware by recognizing and understanding your own emotional baggage is the first way to increasing your own emotional intelligence. Being self-aware isn't enough all by itself. You need to be able to manage your emotions too. And you need to be able to channel your emotions as well. There are a lot, and I mean a lot of people who talk about controlling your emotions. The thing is, you can't. You can only control how you react to them. Emotions are simply signals that tell you to pay attention to something. It's up to you to decide whether or not that something is important and then choosing the best course of action to address it. There really is no such thing as a good or bad emotion, only good and bad reactions to emotions that you are experiencing. For instance, anger can be a harmful or bad emotion if your reaction is to hurt yourself or someone else when dealing with anger. However, it can also be a good emotion or even a motivator for you to do something positive or to help protect yourself and others around you. Joy and happiness are often associated with good emotions, especially if you can share them with people who love and support you, but can be negative if that joy and happiness is the result of hurting others. You need to be able to manage your emotions, recognize what you're feeling and deciding if that emotion is appropriate for the situation, and then act appropriately. The idea of this is to be able to channel your emotions into goal-directed behavior as opposed to just reacting off the cuff. If you've enjoyed this video so far, do me a favor, show your appreciation and hit that like button. That is going to tell YouTube that you think other people should check out this video too. Let me know in the comments if you typically react to your emotions in a positive or negative way. So far, everything I've talked about deals with recognizing, handling, and directing emotions within yourself. But the whole point to having high emotional intelligence is to have healthy relationships in your everyday life. All healthy relationships begin with our third way to increase your emotional intelligence, and that is to recognize and respect another person's emotional needs. You do this by empathizing with them, connecting with them by both listening and being vulnerable with them, sharing yourself honestly. One of the quickest ways to offer a sincere exchange or sign of empathy is to listen to someone's experience and connect to them with a similar experience of your own. Don't be afraid to open yourself up. When you empathize with someone, it doesn't mean you need to understand them or what they are going through exactly. In fact, empathizing means that you accept them as they are, even when you don't understand them. Practice walking in their shoes, even for a moment. Understand that everyone has their own set of feelings, desires, triggers, and fears. To be empathetic, you are allowing their experiences to resonate with your own in order to respond in an emotionally appropriate way. Before you're able to empathize with someone, you first need to understand what it is they're saying, which means listening is at the very center of empathy. It involves letting them talk without interruption, preconceptions, skepticism, and putting your own issues on pause to allow yourself to absorb their situation and consider how they are feeling before you react. By the way, if you've enjoyed our breakfast brain food together, consider buying me a coffee and help support this channel. There is a link in the description where you can do that. Becoming emotionally intelligent is an exciting lifelong journey, but by starting now and putting these tips into practice, you can fast track your path. You will gain greater peace of mind, healthier long-lasting relationships, more productivity in both your work and personal life, and overall a much more fulfilled and joyful life. One of the most important things to remember is to give yourself a break. This is a skill that needs developing and attention, and there will be those times in your journey that your emotions will get the best of you. That's okay. Those moments will happen less and less as long as you continue to develop great self-awareness, channeling your emotions and empathizing with those people you interact with. You've got this. Now go get it done. Grab yourself some more brain food to help you level up and love your life, and click on one of the videos on your screen right now.